Hey YouTube, welcome back to Trevor's Vinyl World. Hope everybody is doing well. I don't really have any vinyl or music news today, so I thought I'd do something a little different. Last night I was watching an old vintage movie that I like called The Warriors. If you don't know what it is, look up The Warriors it's from the 70s. It's a classic gang movie. And it's not like Gangbanger or Irish Gangster. It's nothing like Goodfellas. It's nothing like that. This is almost like, boy, it's a very original movie. But basically, they get all of these gangs to meet. They're supposed to meet at like a summit and talk about a truce because they would outnumber the police in the city. Interesting concept. But anyways, what I wanted to do was power rank these gangs. And another reason I'm bringing this up is the Super Bowl's coming up, and the New England Patriots are kind of using this movie as their part of their mantra, part of their motivation. They're referencing the Warriors. You might hear things like, "Can you dig it?" Warriors come out and play. Yeah. So, but that's where it's from. It's from this movie. So, but yeah, let's go through these. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them. I'm only gonna count the gangs that actually come into contact with the Warriors after they leave the summit. So I'm not going to include like the Savage Huns. There are countless gangs that I'm not going to mention. There's a gang called the Hi-Hats. They're a bunch of mimes. The Moonrunners. These are just some of them. One of the gangs that they just kind of show at the beginning, and I think the Warriors would have had a little trouble. These were some badass brothers in camouflage. They were called the Panzers. Not a good name, but they looked like pretty badass. Another gang that I wrote down was the Gladiators. Interesting fact about them: they're the gang that the guy actually buys his tokens, and he's putting them in for all the gang members at the beginning of the movie. The Boppers are the ones that are in like flashy purple vests and like a hat, and they look like they're going to a jazz club or something. They're based off a real gang that ran Harlem for a while, so they're a badass gang. Let's see. So I'm just including the ones that the Warriors actually come into contact, because basically they get framed for shooting Cyrus, and so every gang is looking for them, and they're just trying to make it back to Coney Island. So let's start at the bottom. At the bottom, I'm putting the Orphans. The Orphans weren't even invited to this summit meeting. That's how low on the list they were. So this is an easy pick. It's not even really debatable. The Orphans are pathetic. They outnumbered the Warriors, but when the Warriors showed up on their turf, they, instead of jumping them, they tried to go get more weapons, and then by the time they come back to mess with the Warriors again, all the Orphans really went and got were some straight edge razors, and I don't know, they were pathetic. Anyways, so I got the Orphans at the very bottom. Then I'm gonna go with let's see here. I'm gonna put the Rogues second to last. They're the ones that actually shot Cyrus at the beginning of the movie. Their leader is Luther. I do like Luther. Luther's one of the best parts of the movie. The guy that played Luther was also in 48 Hours. He's always a bad guy, but some of his lines in this are just great. you know, he's the one that clanks the bottles. Warriors come out to play, yay! You know, he's that. He lives on in infamy. I mean, he must get every once in a while people that come up to him and just reference the Warriors. But one of the ones I really like is, you know, the Warriors this is their worst night of their life. And it's all because of this asshole. And they're like, why'd you do it? Why'd you waste Cyrus? And he's like, no reason. I just like doing things like that. And just every time he opens his mouth, I just fucking love Luther. But I'm putting them second to last. They were pretty pathetic at the end. And then right after that, I really like this gang, so I hate to put them here. But I'm going to put the Lizzies. Really cute all-girl gang. I'm a fan of this gang right here. If I'm going to die, I want it to be at their place. Some of the Warriors go back with them. And, boy, the cute girl that had the gun, she was just a bad shot. But anyways, I'm going to put them third to last, the Lizzies. Then I'm going to go with the Punks. The Punks are the ones that the Warriors fight in the bathroom. It's a great scene. The guy on the roller skates just kind of, he's a little bit like Luther. It's kind of like maybe Luther's brother. But I don't know. He just kind of rubs me the wrong way. They got on these suspenders, and I guess they're punks or whatever. Not a fan of them. But so we'll put them in at fourth to last. Now we're getting to the good. These are the gangs that I think, you know, if they fought again, maybe they could beat the Warriors. And I'm going to go with the Baseball Furies. Love the look. Love the baseball bats. I wish I could have them higher, but they just don't seem real bright. And Swan throws them off by, like, coming up behind them or whatever. But anyways, I'm going to put the Baseball Furies. And then I'm going to put the Turnbull ACs. And they are the guys who are bald. Some of them are white, some of them are black, but they ride around on this old bus together, and they look like they could really do some fucking damage. Like, I think if they would have caught the Warriors before the Warriors get on that train towards the first half hour of the movie's over. Game, set, match. The Turnbull ACs, or however the hell you say their name, I think they fuck up the Warriors big time. They had 2x4s, they had chains, they were fucking ready to go. And then the top of the list is the Graham Mercy Riffs. Yeah, they were for sure the number one. They were the ones that Cyrus was actually from, and they wore like these robes. They take up the whole beach at the end. Like, damn, they got like hundreds of people in their gang. They got hockey sticks. They're just some bad brothers. So they're number one. And I guess the Warriors are somewhere in that, you know, yeah. Like, I don't even, like, yeah, these are like, in what order, if the Warriors come across them, are they kind of scared? So yeah, top of the list is the Graham Mercy Riffs. Hope I'm saying that right. Then the Turnbull ACs. Then the Baseball Furies. Then the Lizzies. Yeah, and so on and so on. So, yeah, it was just fun watching that movie. It's just one of those movies that, even though it's aged, it has aged really well. I almost wish they could do like a remake of it, but we'll see. Anyways, hope everybody is doing good. If you like the video, send it to a friend of yours. Subscribe to the channel if you want. And everyone, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.